Greetings, my fellow freedom-loving sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from beautiful swampy Mango, South Florida, and today's date is Friday, January 29th, 2021. Yeah, it's a nice, mild evening here in South Florida, Fort Lauderdale to be exact. And, there's too much progress. It's a turnoff. Too many flamboyant buildings here. However, like every other city has its pros and cons. It's how you gotta live and how you interact with folks. But I'm just getting stuff from Telegram. I got a Telegram account, Loki Luck number 3. I didn't say anything up in my podcast on that, so that's okay. However, I get information from that as well. And so I was like having some lunch and stuff was coming out of the woodworks. Did a little homework as well. And I decided to do a few topics, which are very interesting right now. And let's just start off with here. This one here is from naturalnews.com. Peruvian court rules that Bill Gates, George Soros, and Rockefeller family created coronavirus pandemic. It is by Ethan Huff. And as it reads here, 3 of the evilest entities on the planet were charged in the Peruvian court the other day of conspiring to create the Wuhan coronavirus COVID-19 for world domination. Bill Gates, George Soros, and several members of the Rockefeller family were deemed responsible for the advent and spread of the Chinese virus, which has killed tens of thousands of small businesses and forever changed the world for the worse. The Chicha and Pisco Criminal Appeals Chamber decided that the ever-dreaded Chinese germs were the product of a criminal elite around the world, mostly multi-billionaires with global depopulation on their minds. These defendants had tried to appeal, but judges Tito Gallego, Luis Leguia, and Tony Changari, hopefully I pronounced the names correctly, issued a delay justifying it due to the unpredictable nature of the pandemic. It is only predictable for ordinary people, however, as the alleged creators of the Wuhan coronavirus COVID-19 who have been involved in it and continue to manage it with particular secrecy in their environment are entirely unaffected. In fact, Bill Gates has never once been seen wearing a face mask, nor is he willing to take the vaccines. He is pushing everyone else to get it for their safety and protection against the Wu flu. No world government, individuals, or legal entities, nor the defense of the accused can claim that this pandemic has the quality of foresight except for the creators of the New World Order, such as Bill Gates, Soros, Rockefeller, etc. The magistrates wrote in their resolution, which was posted to the LP Law portal. I'm going to have to look that up. Hopefully, folks out there, look it up. And if you can't read Spanish, get it translated. Time to hang Bill Gates, George Soros, and the Rockefellers. One does not have to read much between the lines to see that these Peruvian judges get it. The pandemic is nothing more than a scam that was hatched by the worst kind of criminals this world has ever seen. Those with lots of money and a penchant for genocide. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, Gates et al. Created the Wuhan coronavirus COVID-19 for nefarious purposes. Or as the court put it, the Chinese virus was created by a criminal elite that rules the world. The document specifically names billionaire financier and globalist agitator George Soros, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, and the entire Rockefeller family as criminals who are guilty of managing and continuing to direct the virus straight into the New World Order. If only our criminal justice system would take the same approach, then perhaps we could finally put an end to all the lockdowns, mask wearing, and superstitious paranoia that was brainwashed millions of our own people. Even better, we could finally try Gates et al. For the many crimes against humanity and punish them accordingly. Meanwhile, in the Liu Court of Justice, Gates is already planning for the next pandemic, warning those who actually listen to what he has to say that this is war. We can't afford to be caught flat-footed again. The whiny geek is quoted as saying, to prevent the hardship of this last year from happening again, pandemic preparedness must take it as seriously as we take the threat of war. The problem for Gates, of course, that he is the enemy in that war and someone we should all band together to eliminate for our collective benefit. Whether right, left, or somewhere in between, all Americans have a stake in seeing Gates and his co-conspirators locked up forever. At the very least, the truth they deserve so much, and hopefully someday soon they will get it with a vengeance. There's a few articles you can look at from here to check it out for yourselves. Absolutely. Remember, Bill Gates was doing some stuff way before the COVID-19, doing vaccine shots in African nations and even in India. And a lot of children died from it. You still gonna buy their rhetoric? Hell no. I have a family member who Microsoft wanted to recruit him. Came back because I never met so many arrogant people in one building my entire life. Sent a message. Hey, he won't lie about that, okay? So I love him. But the whole thing is, folks, there's always been a New World Order platform. Kio bono, who benefits? They're the real enemy. And all you Trump haters out there, you've been duped. If you're going to blame him for COVID-19, you're going after these people. That's what happens when you don't do your homework. You're ready to listen to the damn idiot box. You go, okay. Even the worshipers do the same thing. Okay. Yeah, I always go further than that. Even Bill Cooper talked about chemical warfare and drugs get people die and all that. This is for the Georgia Guidestones. Remember, what they want to do. The globalists want 500 million people on this planet. Look up Georgia Guidestones. If you're up there, check it out. It's very disturbing. I know some people had to face it a few times. No one knows who actually built it. That's what's interesting. We're just keeping everything quiet, right? But these clowns, they need to be indicted. And if they're found guilty, it's got to go through due process. If it's treason, they need to be penalized in good faith. Remember, even George Soros was a Nazi collaborator when he was during his teenage years. He admitted that in 60 Minutes. Sees people, had informed the Nazis, Jews are living there and seized their property, had no remorse whatever, by any means. 60 Minutes. I remember one person tried to say to me on Snopes, "Oh, this is not true." I go, "Snopes are for dopes." I laughed at it. He didn't like it, I didn't care. Don't give me that garbage. Fact check Snopes, they're nothing but garbage. Orwellian material. As I tell people, you do your own homework, look at things thoroughly, and make your own judgments. But this here, I like what's happening. The world's waking up, my friends. You see what's going on with all these COVID-19 lockdowns around the world? Yeah. It's a fact. Sign time to be alive. Do not live in fear. Whatever you do, stay vigilant. Even a person like myself, there's questions about the nasal swab. And I've done it twice, and I know I'm not going to step back from it. Nothing's affecting me yet, but there's some rumors, so hopefully I get that verified. If not, then I might have to contact them and go, hey, Explain this shit to me. I'm not anyone's guinea pig. But I'm not taking any shots either. Look what happened to some of the people that passed, including Hank Aaron. The man who made 755 home runs. He's the one who beat up Babe Ruth's record. 86, he passed. 2 weeks later, he got the shot. 2 weeks later, he died. He was in good health. What the hell happened? I was looking at other sites as well. Hearing one nurse that takes care of the elderly that doesn't care. He's like, hey, I'm doing on my honoring my oath. Make sure these people get taken care of. And he's like very just devastated right now, in tears. He don't care if he loses his job. He has a lot to lose, but he's standing by his principles. Those are the ones you gotta pay homage to, folks. Never trust these sons of bitches by any means. These parasites, including criminal elements in our own government. Don't fall for the hype. Just remember, every infection has an Achilles heel. You don't need those damn shots. And everyone else that has them, that took them, especially my age or younger, get yourselves checked periodically. If you can find a way of cleansing yourself from that, do it. I like what's going on with happening in Peruvian courts. I know the mainstream garbage don't want to know about that. They probably complain about Donald Trump, how much of a nasty man he is. Well, I'm going to keep on going here. I know I'm digressing, but sorry about that. This one here actually came from wait a minute here. Actually, I'm going to keep on going here. I'm going to do this one here about COVID-19 related. What happened was the Attorney General made a statement. A lot of the deaths came from the homes. And it looks like New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is on the hot seat. This came from the Epoch Times, written by Jack Phillips. Cuomo dismisses AG's nursing home death report. Talk to the federal government. Yep. Play the COVID hot potato game right there, glam boy. Like father, like son. Walking antimatter. I'm sorry. People like this, like when I hear their how they speak, I just laugh. It's like going to the bathroom is more inspiring than hearing them, okay? That's how I feel about individuals like Cuomo, yeah? New York Governor Andrew Cuomo made his first public comments to reporters after the state's Democratic Attorney General faulted his administration for undercounting nursing home deaths amid the pandemic. Cuomo, a Democrat, said the criticisms against him were a political attack against him that started under former President Donald Trump's administration. Hey, I'm going to stop for a moment. Even though the Attorney General like she was like going after the NRA, okay, but faulted his administration. You know what? I'll give her props in that one. I'll give her a thumbs up, okay? At least she has the guts to do the top principle, and I like that. So, where this starts is frankly a political attack from the prior federal administration. The governor stated on Friday, "It's everyone but me, just like my father." Father like son, right? Whenever a person died in the hospital or died in a nursing home, it's people died. People died. Cuomo then went on to say, the same people are dying today. 96% of the people who died are older people with comorbidities, which happens to be the population that lives in nursing homes. He added, it's continuing today, even with all the testing we're doing. If you look at New York State, we have a lower percentage of deaths in nursing homes than any other states. In other states, 1/3 of all deaths in this nation are in nursing homes. Yeah, a lot more people die in New York, say in New York, than Florida. Think about that, okay? The governor was responding by percentage, okay? The governor was responding to a report from New York Attorney General Letitia James's office, where she found that nursing homes deaths from the CCP virus were undercounted by such as 50%. Cuomo's administration has come under fire for his policy during the early months of the viral pandemic, where he directed the nursing homes in New York to accept patients who were suspected of having the CCP virus, a novel coronavirus that causes COVID-19. The policy was rescinded in May 2020. Everybody did the best they could, Cuomo said. If you think there was a mistake, then talk to the federal government, he said. It's not about pointing fingers or blame. This became the political football. Take a look in the mirror, young man, okay? Good grief. The commissioner said no not-for-profit nursing homes was forced to take anyone. He continued, if they took someone they could not care for, a COVID-positive person, they violated the law. The 76-page report release files an investigation by James's office into claims of neglect of patients and other conduct that allegedly led to the deaths of nursing homes and home residents and employees. And there's a link for that, a PDF format. Read it and judge for yourselves, my friends, okay? I want to look into this as well. But I know how Cuomo thinks, so I'm not really too surprised. And as we go along here, as the pandemic and our investigations continue, it is imperative that we understand why the residents of nursing homes in New York unnecessarily suffered at such a alarming rate. James has said in a statement, while we cannot bring back the individual we lost to this crisis, this reports seek to offer transparency that the public deserves and to spur increased action to protect our most vulnerable residents. Separately, from Federal Assistant Secretary in Trump's Human Services Department, Michael Caputo, issued a statement after Cuomo's remarks about the previous administration policy reporters. Early on, experts at the Health and Human Services Administration identified Cuomo's foolish executive order as a primary cause for thousands of nursing home COVID deaths in New York. Caputo said in the statement, he's right. I called him out on it immediately. Cuomo is personally responsible for thousands of unnecessary nursing home deaths, and he must be held accountable. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, folks. He's just one flip-flopping corrupt hack. Andrew Cuomo. One of the most contemptuous people right now. Like father, like son. I'm sorry. And it's not personal vindictions towards these individuals, but their attributes in politics are horrendous. Bunch of used car salesmen. Hey, even homeless hustlers will do a better job on speaking than this man. I'm sorry. This is very acidine. Tell me, why are people have left New York City and leaving the state? Explain that to me, Governor. Because you suck at your job. You're just part of the problem. The people in that city, in that state, needs to throw your ass out and all your lackeys. And people out there need to rise up against corrupt individuals like them because they've been a cancer for a very long time. Being a government dependent won't get you anywhere. Liberty is the key. You need to liberate. New Yorkers need to liberate themselves with no exceptions. If you move out, come down here and tell me how we should do our job because they do it up there. I say, you know what? You take your infections and leave. I do support state deportation, by the way. And I talk to people, and they're like, what? Yeah, this is how we do it in New York? Ship them back. Clean up your own backyard. Okay? That's all I got to say. Until you learn how to clean up your own backyard, don't tell us how to run our lives on a political scale. It's downright disgusting. And I will be it on this one. Do one more here. And, this one here is actually in Russian, but I got a web translator, and this was funny as hell. This one here came from Gazeta Daily came out yesterday. It says here, catastrophe for Zuckerberg. Why Biden is dissatisfied with Facebook. This is great. Let's just read what they have to say here from Valeria Bonina. That's what he has to say. America's new president, Joe Biden, has a negative attitude toward Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. In his opinion, the corporation allows itself too much, and what happened on his service has long been out of control. According to the foreign media reports, Biden is going to divide the company of Zuckerberg, and this could mean a serious problem for Facebook under the new U.S. president. He may get stock splits too, so you got to always be careful of that, folks. It says here, Joe Biden's presidency could be a disaster for Facebook, the BBC reports. Unlike the administration of Donald Trump, which considered Facebook too liberal, but still managed to maintain a good relationship with the platform, and the Obama administration, which was loyal to Zuckerberg, the new U.S. president considers the corporation the embodiment of evil. I've never been a Facebook fan, as you know, and I've never been a fan of Zuckerberg. I think it's a big problem, Biden said in a 2020 interview with the New York Times. Relations between the politician and the IT giant escalated after Facebook began to distribute a video of the investigation into the case of his son, Hunter Biden. In response, Biden accused the head of Facebook of taking a bribe for publishing slander. You know why I'm laughing? The reason why I'm laughing because Biden's is partially involved in this. The whole Burisma oil company in Ukraine. They try to throw it on Donald Trump for the impeachment, but there was a video lingering when Joe Biden was at a CFR forum, Council of Foreign Relations, bragging about how they getting ready to blackmail the president of Ukraine and tell him get rid of your attorney general. Okay, it was Joe Biden, not Donald Trump. Okay, this is why I'm laughing. I think it's great. According to the BBC, the whole team of the American leader has negative opinion about the billionaire. Days after Biden's election victory, his spokesman, Bill Russo, posted on his Twitter account about misinformation on Facebook. I thought, if you thought that Facebook misinformation... sorry about that, folks. If you thought that Facebook misinformation was a problem only during the last election, just wait for it to destroy our democracy in the future, Razil wrote. He takes a long time away from being coveted figure at a cocktail party, and we're losing the battle. Facebook is generally considered the most famous villain among all tech monopolies, Sarah Miller said, director of the American Economic Liberties Project, which is a member of the Biden transition team. The U.S. Democratic Party blamed the 2016 event when Republicans used the services of the British consulting firm Cambridge Analytica to determine the audience of voters based on data from the social network. This is believed to have been the decisive factor in Trump's election victory. Many Democrats are so shocked that Facebook allows the dissemination of conspiracy theories and fake news. You can't do that. You can't do what you want on Facebook. You can't say whatever you want. I'm just sure that things are out of control on Facebook, Biden said in a 2019 interview on CNN. It's worth noting that now that Biden has become president, he can make changes to the legislation which can greatly affect the IT sphere and the unloved Facebook in particular. The obvious problem is a repeal of Article 2 230, which Biden has repeatedly stated. This legislation, which implies that companies like Facebook are not responsible for what their users post. According to the BBC, this decision could be disaster for Zuckerberg, as for all the slanderous and fraudulent posts published by users of the social network. The leadership of the platform will be responsible. In addition to the possible repeal of Section 230, last year the corporation faced accusations of illegally maintaining its monopoly by bribing competitors. Yeah, so that's what happened here. So it's very interesting, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just laughing so hard on this too, because a lot of these folks don't realize that when you make these half-assed remarks, it's going to burn you, you know? It's really going to burn you. That's why I always get a big kick out of these things, you know? So, I really do. And you know what? I'm going to take a quick break before I sign off, so stay tuned. Actually, I'm going to continue this article. What happened was I was trying to see if I get a full translation on this, and it looks like I got it all in English. It was like some of it in Russian, and I don't speak it, so bear with me. However, when I say it's here in addition, let me see here. Yeah, one moment, folks. I'm just trying to see if I didn't screw up here. Yep, okay. I will continue on here. Like I says here, in addition, the possible repeal of Section 230 last year, the corporation faced accusations of illegally maintaining its monopoly by bribing competitors. And I continue on here. The antitrust lawsuit was filed by prosecutors in 46 U.S. states, and the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, also said it was considering canceling previous acquisitions of Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp, which could lead to the firm's breakup. And apparently Biden can contribute to that. In 2019, he said that separating companies like Facebook is something that needs to be taken very seriously. Well, I'll tell you one thing, if you split them up, their stocks, Zuckerberg's stocks will skyrocket, okay? So people will be making money if they got Facebook on that. I think the Biden administration is going to be pretty aggressive in applying antitrust laws to IT corporations, said media legal expert Jamal Jaffer. According to the agency, President Biden is even considering creating antitrust laws specifically designed to restore competition in technology. So in the future, we should expect new clashes between the American president and Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Sherman, managing partner of the communications agency of B&C Agency, noted that the issue of tighter regulation on social networks has come to an end because they have become a means of communication, which also occupies a monopoly position in this segment. Facebook claims no longer ties in legal but moral plane of political struggle because of freedom of speech and the United States protected by the First Amendment. For example, before the march to the Capitol, there was a story with a group of Black Conservatives Fund, which in is a group of 80,000 people called to go out, and the company itself admitted that this action to filter content are not flawless, the experts said. In addition, Sherman noted that there is currently a competition between social networks on who will be the most flawless in the fight against fake news. Twitter will allow users to flag false information themselves, and Facebook removes pages of radical right-wing groups. But now companies are going to the public opinion to warn steps by regulators and antitrust investigations. Any corporation is focused on profit, and any scandals carry with it a reputational risks. But in order for Biden to take some steps at the legislative level, it is necessary to go very long way and find formal grounds for regulating Facebook based not only on the broadcast of political views, the experts included. Well, I'll be very frank. If this is the case, it's blown back in his face, Zuckerberg. But we always got to be aware of these antitrust laws. If you split a company up, if you had stocks in them, expect a split. And people are going to be making more money out of it. Personally, I told people this: if people stop using them, their stocks will plummet. You get them where it hurts. Like I told people, there's a lot of people leaving Facebook and Twitter and all that, and I've been very, I've been using it, but not as religiously, because I have other sites I'm using. Like I told everybody this, they need me more than I need them. I think about these social media sites, they're wants, not needs. I utilize them for my show, and I post stuff and get people to think. I'll post political satire as well, based on their actions. I've done that too. So everything has its pros and cons, but the biggest mistake what they made, they try to control people's thoughts, their fact checking, and track and tracing and all that. It's backfiring on them. So you always got to look at those elements as well. So I think it'll be an interesting ride. You know what I'm saying? Because Facebook, in my view, they did some really tyrannical perspectives. And because they think they're a corporation, they do whatever they want. If they're getting funded by the CIA, the fact is our tax dollars are going to that. So public-private enterprise, you could say, allegedly. Yeah, that's true. But you know what? It'll be entertaining. We'll see how far this thing goes. But you know what, folks? I recommend everyone go decentralization. Decentralize. Because right now, the big social medias like this organization are ready to put the hammer down, censoring people and all that. Now, we'll see how far this goes. If that's the case, Mr. Zuckerberg, blowback is coming soon, one way or the other. And Jack Dorsey and anyone else that believes in technocracy. All right, that will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, and something interesting you want to check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence to the quorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnotes of these articles on my Spreaker page. So, like I said, with the Joe Biden thing on Facebook is all in Russian. So I'll see what I can do. If not, get a translated link, and you could for the web page, and you can get it from there. Okay. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If you want to send me comments or share me information, whatever you do, please do it with decorum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnotes, like I said before. If you want to contact me, you can hit me at LokiLuck03@protonmail.com. If you want to donate, you can hit me at paypal.me or cash.app/LokiLuck3. If you can't get through the paypal.me account, hit the cash.app, right? Because that one's ready to go. And if you want to donate to Natural News, 8 Buck Times, do it. That'd be really cool. And if the Gazetta does donations, you can send it to them as well. All right. Hey, I'm doing all out of fair. Let everyone know we all take care of each other. Okay, we're a team here. All right. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.